Hey everyone, so with the last video on the Euro vlogs, so we're here in Rome and it's my last day here today, heading home tomorrow, Sunday flight. So yeah, just do the same as I've been doing, just yap away about, I suppose, what I've done in Rome and what's kind of happened across whatever body, mindset, life type of stuff. And yeah, that'll pretty much be it. So I'll try and keep it maybe 15, 20 minutes max. And what I'm going to do after this then, I have a bit of a plan done out on how I'm going to start doing these educational videos after this. So look, if I go traveling again, which I may do, I haven't been to Asia yet, I haven't been to South America, so if I do go to those places, I might do something like this again. But yeah, last of it for now. So for Rome, it's been different than Madrid. So when I went to Madrid, if you're watching this one first, well, you can go back and watch the one I did in Lisbon and Madrid. So I'm on a 3-month solo trip that I'm doing in Europe, and I spent May in Lisbon, spent June in Madrid, and now July is here in Rome. And it's just come to the end of July now, so I'm going home to Ireland for start of August. And Lisbon I was on my own, but then when I was in Madrid, I happened to meet a good few friends. So one friend lived there, and then a couple of other friends ended up coming over as well. So a lot of socialising, a lot of drinking, business went down a bit, training went down a bit, but look, that's fine. But now in Rome, it's flipped back again. So I'm completely on my own here in Rome now, and it's mainly been a month of just focusing hard on business, focusing hard on training. And I've done a bit of sightseeing as well at the weekends. I've done the Colosseum, done the Pantheon, I've done the main ones. I just YouTube people that do this for a living, they travel around and make good plans, and that's their job, and I just steal their plans and do that. So that's what I did, and I covered most of Rome. I was meant to do the Vatican today, but it's not ours, to be honest. I think I'm just going to go to the gym, come home, and then UFC London's on tonight as well. So if you follow me, we know I love martial arts, do jiu-jitsu, I love watching UFC as well. So UFC London is on. It's Irish, or it's London time, obviously, so it's not 3-4 in the morning like those American cards. So yeah, get a few beers, get a pizza, gonna watch that tonight, and that'll be the last night. So yeah, I suppose over the month in Rome then, I suppose the big thing personally for me is it was business. So looks like I'm going to hit a business milestone that I've had for a while. So I'm either going to have like a 9 or a 10k a month for July in terms of my business. And talk a bit about this now as well, because even kind of mentioning that stuff, like the shy side of me, be like, oh, that's cocky, or all that type of thinking. But to be honest, it's the same as anything. Like, if you want to improve at something, you need to be open to talk about it. About mental health. If you want to improve your mental health, you need to obviously open up and be willing to talk about it, or it's not going to happen. So finances, money is the same. Like, if you're not interested in becoming wealthy yourself, then cool, that's your choice. But if you are, then yeah, you need to be open to talk about it. And I suppose to preface that whole thing, to give you my view on it, do I care about money in the general terms? No. If you know me personally, I don't care about material things. I wear the same clothes from about 5 years ago. Like, my fashion is terrible. I don't really have any new stuff. I have what I need in terms of training, general life. I just general things that, like, I have money to buy a car. I don't want a car. I think it drains your money. It's not an investment. It's something that pulls money away from me. Flashy clothes and watches and things. I don't care about them, to be honest. So then you might be thinking, why is he interested in the money? 2 good quotes here. I'll kind of explain it, and then I'll say it in black and white if it's not kind of clicking. But Naval Ravikant, who's someone I love and think he's very wise, he would basically say, trying to go through your life without having some sort of focus on your own personal wealth, it's like playing life on hard mode. And I think that's so true. Like, money doesn't equal happiness, definitely not. But, and a big but, it gets rid of most of the barriers of unhappiness, which is so true. If you don't have money, you're gonna have to work in a fucking job you hate. You won't be able to look after yourself properly, your future family, etc. It's going to cause you a lot of pain and a lot of unhappiness, and force you to do things that you don't want to do. So, like, that resonated massively with me, where I don't really care about it, in the kind of general terms, but then when I think of those things, I really actually do care about it through that lens that I want to live the life that's true to me. I want to remove as many barriers to unhappiness that I can, and I want to be able to provide for myself and hopefully, future wife, future family as best as I can. Remove all their barriers to unhappiness, let them live the life that they want to live. In order to do that, I need to be wealthy. There's no two ways about it. How am I going to support them and do that if I'm not wealthy myself? So that's what drives me in terms of looking after my own personal finances and my wealth. So that's kind of where this is all coming from. It's not to fucking buy a car or flashy watches. I don't give a shit about that. It's more letting me keep living this life of pursuing my passions and having a business and a service that I love, and being my own boss. Not having to work other jobs that I don't care about, and then be able to start building up that the money, the savings, and everything that's going to provide for my future family, and let them live the same life. Remove most of the barriers to unhappiness that I can, and set us up then for a good life. And like, if however far it goes, if I end up going very far, I'd end up just giving back. I'd make sure I'm sorted, family sorted, my extended family is sorted, friends if they need help. Then I'd start doing some sort of charity work and start giving it back. As I said, I don't really care about flashy things. You can't bring it to the grave anyway, so might as well give it back. Talking here like I have a lot of money. I don't actually have, I'm not fucking absolutely load or anything like that, but you get the point of it. That's why I'm trying to work on this and get small gains in this, just like with mobility, just like with strength, just like with all the other things. It's something that follows the same process. So, okay, went on a good bit there. So, that leads into, I suppose, where I was in my career. I had a good job in, good company, worked in Facebook, pensionable job, all that type of stuff. I worked in recruitment. I know the salaries, I know what I could have been on if I stayed there. But again, I want to be true to myself. I don't want to work in that because I don't care about that. I wanted to work in something passion to me, which was helping people get their physical freedom back. And I wanted to pursue this and turn this into something that wasn't just a passion, but a business too, so it could support the wealth goals for the reasons that I talked about. And to give you context on why it's a big milestone for me and like why I'm proud of it, of this month, is it's like 7 years in the making or something like that. Like, I finished college in 2015, so that's 7 years ago. So I have no clue what I wanted to do, but I did start my own kind of self-development, personal development thing straight after college. I remember I was like, right, time to kind of sort my life out a bit here, but I had no clue what I wanted to do. But I was like, look, I need to start doing my own self-development, so when opportunities arise, I'm going to be ready for them. And then maybe 4 years ago, I got out of my own chronic pains and injuries because I had to give up jiu-jitsu in the gym for roughly a year. And if you know me, I love training, and that was terrible. It was horrible. So coming through that and getting over that, that's where the passion came from. I knew that this is something I want to give to other people, the same sort of transformation out of that. So then, okay, I'd fallen into my passion, found that, but then, the little problem of I've no experience, no coaching, no educational background in what I want to do. So how the hell am I going to make a business out of it? So, long story short, this is going more into a life story now, but I knew I had to get results on myself, on my own body, and I had to get results with other clients. That's how I'm going to convince people that I can help them, because that's what I look for. When I've been coached by so many people, I make sure they have the results I want on their own body, and then they've loads of client results too, and then I'm like, that's gained my trust, and I'm going to give this a shot. So it's been 4 years of work on my own body, getting to high mobility levels of things like the splits and strength as well. I do mobility and strength of people, handstand push-up, close to 1 arm chin-up. So I worked very hard to get those results on myself because I wasn't mobile, I wasn't strong, and put so much effort into the service delivery with clients and built it up one by one, and now I have loads of client success stories of coming through it as well. So that's I have both, and that's what's got the business like a snowball down a hill. Slowly been building, and just like I always encourage people to get coaching. I wish I did that years ago. I've had coaches in mobility, strength, in business. It's been a business mentor and a coach that's got me to this stage. So that's what you need to do. Get a coach, and wherever you want to improve in your life, pay them to show you the quickest way there. The ROI is going to be there anyway. It's just an exchange of money, but what you're going to get in return is going to be so much more. So it's been through this. I had a fitness business mentor, and over the last 9 months I've been working towards this goal of getting the business to a 10k month. And when I signed up back then, it does sound a bit mad. I'm like, it's probably only making anywhere from like 1 to 4K a month doing the coaching. Which is fine and grand, but again, if you zoom out and like, is that going to support a future family, future kids? Is it fuck? So that's where the big push is coming from. But integrity is number one for me, so I want to do it in a way that's true to myself, because we all see this flashy bullshit out there and selling lies and ripping people off, and I'd rather jump in the lift with a brick around my foot than start doing that stuff. So I wanted to do it in my own way. So yeah, fast forward there, like 9 months later now, looks like we're there. It's going to be a 9.2 or 10.2K a month roughly, and it's not all going to be like in my bank account that month. It's different. The payments are split into 3 and a few different things, but like when I look back over the year, that's what it's going to be down as for this month when all the money is collected from the clients. So there we go. That's what I'll remember Rome for. When I look back, I'll be like, this is, in terms of business, where all those small gains have accumulated, like all the fucking effort I've put in over the years of working 9 to 5, studying 1 to 2 hours beforehand on the mobility, then training myself in the evening. Just a lot of work has gone into it, and a lot of ups and downs along the way. And yeah, here we are. Basically the life I wanted 7 years ago, and I suppose like impact, money, freedom, the impact that I want to see in the world, helping people and something that I'm passionate about, and then, the money side, like I said, all that wealth stuff for future family and everything, and then the freedom as well, which is freedom to do whatever I want with my life, with no boss, and do what I want, and travel around as well, hence the Euro trip. So yeah, like I just hasn't really sunk in, I suppose. It's like most things, isn't it, where like when it happens, it's just kind of like, now what, in a way. So it's kind of good that I don't focus so much on the goals, like the way I think of them. Same with training, same with business, same with life. I think it's better to think of them like North Stars. It's just to show you that you're heading in the right direction, but it's not the end or the destination. Because if you do get too attached to them, then just like right now, you'll be like, oh, like when I got the splits, I've been told that's going to be impossible for me. I'll never get it. It took so long to get it, and then I have it, and like, it's unreal. And then a week later, it's like, what about it? Like, I can do the splits, cool, but like what? So yeah, it's kind of the same with this, but I'm sure it'll kind of sink in a bit. Maybe later on today, when I'm having a few beers and just kind of sitting on myself before I watch the fights, I'll kind of just reflect on it, and because you need to be proud of yourself. I need to reflect and look at all the hard work I've put in, which is going to show me anything's possible, really, to be honest. That's the way I look at it. I had a broken body. Now I'm the mobility man, doing things like the splits. I used to be weak. Now I'm doing, one arm chin-ups nearly and stuff like that. And then, 4 years ago, tried to start a business in something I've no experience in, no qualifications in, no results in. And, we're coming up on a 10K month. So this is why I put all that out there. Look, it's to the younger Mark. If he was watching this would inspire the hell out of him. That he wants to improve his body, his mindset, his life, all these type of things. It's just showing it's possible, because there's been nothing special about it, about what I've done at all. So I keep pushing. Like any big gain, whether it's mobility, business, whatever, it's just an accumulation of small gains, and that's it. Like, it's the line I'd send to younger Mark, like, the starting points don't matter. It's the attitude and the approach that'll determine your progress. The starting points don't matter. It's the attitude and the approach that'll determine your progress. And that's how I think of it. That's what 2 new clients start yesterday. That's what I told them at the start of the first session on the education side. It's your attitude and your approach here that's going to determine the outcome. Think of it like a car journey. The attitude is the fuel of the car. The approach is the GPS. If you're trying to go from Roscommon to Dublin, but you have a good attitude and you have a bad approach, you've loads of fuel in the car, you've no GPS, and there's no road signs, you're not going to get there. You'll be driving around chasing your tail for years and say, oh, this doesn't work. And if you've the opposite as well, if you've a shit attitude but a good approach, that's like you have the GPS and where you want to go, but you don't have the fuel to get there. So that's how I think of it, and this is how, when I've looked back on my own mobility journey and like, how did I actually kind of come out of that? And I started picking out things I did. That's essentially it. I started to develop, the don't settle attitude. That's what it's all about. Like, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not going to settle for this. I'm going to raise my standards. I want better than this, and I'm going to take ownership of it. Because when we blame other people, that's great. You don't have to accept the responsibility, but you also push the control to them. You don't just push the blame out, you push the control out. So if I take ownership back, it's not easy at the time because you have to accept, like, I'm not where I want to be because of me and the choices I've made, but you take control back as well. Okay, so that's like the attitude, then the approach. Follow the results is the easiest way to say it. I started following the results over doctorates and degrees for the mobility and got coached. Same for business, what led me to business coaches. And, you know, shock, surprise, surprise, they're getting me the results that they get a lot of other clients. Yeah, so there we go, 15 minutes in. Couldn't ask you what I've said now if you or I couldn't tell you what I've said so far if you asked, but look, we're going with it. So yeah, so that's the kind of big milestone. Look, 10k a month, I'm proud of that. You know, come so far with it, but look, and by no means have I made it. What's next month going to be? You know, it could be anywhere from 2, 3, 4, you know. So I suppose I'm just, like most things, that's just my new peak, like, but is it by no means the base? You know, same with training. When you hit a new PB, can you do that PB like every day? No, like that's just your very peak. Your base is kind of somewhere down here, but over time you're going to make that PB your new base, and now you're going to keep going up. So that's the way I think of a business. By no means if I made it or like that's what I'm making every month. No, like, but I've just proved to myself that it's possible. You know, and that's huge. You know, that I've done that now, or going to do it. Or look, if it ends up at 9, you know, does it really matter? No, like, so yeah, that's it now. That, like, my next milestone goal in terms of business, I want that to be the base. You know, I want that to be the base, and yeah, start building the wealth. You know, like all the stuff I've talked about, to play life on easy mode and sort myself out, future family, everyone else around me, help them as best I can. Yeah, bit of a talk on money there, I guess, but as I said, if it's something, if you resonate with you don't want to play life on hard mode, you know, you want to support yourself, future family and all, it's something you take an interest in. Just like, yeah, same with mental health. If you don't talk about it, it's not going to improve. It's the same with the money and the finances as well. And I knew this years ago. Like, I remember when I thought I was going to have a 9-to-5 job, I was Googling early retirement extreme websites and all these things and calculating how much I need to save each month so I can retire at 40. No joke. I remember I was saving like 50% of every paycheck that I had back then. Do you know, like I was going to get here somehow. No matter if I had a 9-to-5 job or do this, like, you know, right attitude, right approach, it's going to happen. Okay, enough about that. So what else? Mosquitoes have destroyed me. That's one thing that hasn't been good here. Yeah, geez, I was not expecting that. They're just fucking everywhere. Like, some of my legs got destroyed, upper back as well. But yeah, there we go. Like, they're even in my food and stuff. There's a food cupboard out there. I went to eat rice one day, I open it, three of them fly out of it. You know, madness. So yeah, that's been, I suppose, the bad side of it has been the mosquitoes and the heat. Holy shit. It's basically been like 30 degrees upwards. It's been like 37, 38 degrees a lot of the days, you know. So I'm even, like, I'm sweating just sitting here, which is how most days have been. Like, this is my little desk. So I suppose I'll show you here. So every place I go, just get basically a bed and a desk to make sure that obviously I can do my work. But in Lisbon, forgot to get aircon. Then in Madrid, I was like, Mark, get aircon, forgot. Then I was like, when you go to Rome, get aircon, forgot again. So yeah, it's been basically sweating all the time, every day. Sleeping is tough then as well. But look, the way I thought of it was, I'm only going to be here for 3-4 weeks. You know, healthy hardship. That's the way I put it. Like, look, a healthy hardship. People have had a lot tougher than me. You know, go back, 100 years, you'd be worrying about the famine, Mark. You wouldn't be worried about being too hot in Italy on your fucking travels, would you? So, I fucked up the camera there. Anyways, look, we'll finish it up now. But yeah, that's been, I suppose, the bad sides have been the too hot. First world complaint there, too hot, and mosquitoes have destroyed me. So if I do go traveling again, I'll definitely have a plan to counteract that. Yeah, look, I think that's enough. We're on 20 minutes there, me rambling. So yeah, if that resonated with you, if you're a coach, or just someone who's wants to look into the wealth side, message me on Instagram, and well, if you're a coach, I'll send you the business mentor that I had. If you're not a coach, I'll send you. There's some great people I follow who put out a lot of advice around this stuff that I've learned from online, similar to me, just putting out free stuff on my Instagram, and hopefully people learning from it. There's a lot of people who put out, information around the kind of the wealth, and Naval Ravikant is one of them. His thing is kind of like wealth and happiness, and I love his content. So yeah, if you're interested in more, if you resonated with what I talked about, just message me and I'll send you on a lot of the guys that you can follow for that. Yeah, I think that's it. And Hannah's going to put in all the photos and stuff. It's going to make it look really cool now. Thanks, Hannah. Okay, talk to you next time.